about him is he fights anyone. He's fought the best and lost and won. Brian Murphy separates those two as we get ready to go to war. 72.5 kilos, conventional middleweight with 6-ounce gloves. CMT8, Bex Tui and Mark the Hammer Castanini. Look for Jun Lee to fire that left leg all day long. Classic southpaw. He'll fire that left leg all day.
Well, both fighters will attempt to fire off their rear a lot more. Two orthodox fighters usually set everything up off a jab, generally. But when you've got two fighters of opposing stance,
there it is twice.
Yep, you'll find them firing off their power side a lot more first.
What advantage does a southpaw have against a conventional fighter? Well, for the layman like me?
Yeah, the advantage would be that southpaws, for 80 or 90% of the time, are used to fighting orthodox fighters, so they've become accustomed of having that opposing stance. Whereas orthodox fighters, 80% of the time, are used to fighting other orthodox fighters.
It's just tricky.
So so they have to have that technical adjustment that sometimes doesn't come easily for some fighters.
A step up in technique, this one, as we see work in the clinch, and then both separated. Lee has been firing that left leg towards the head of Trask, which is a good 6-3 off the deck.
Yeah, look, nice body lock and takedown from Jun Lee. So
for a man with only 28 fights, Jun Lee has a wealth of experience. I spoke about him fighting all around Australia and fighting anyone and everyone.
Well, you got to think he's probably doing the rounds in the gym with John Wayne Parr. A better sparring partner you're not going to find.
Certainly not in this country.
You know, so he's going to have to be adaptable just to hold his hands up in the gym every day. When you've got that sort of caliber of fighter,
big left hand off the back. Sorry, Hammer.
That's all right, no worries.
Trask ate it and ran forward, and that left leg of Lee is going to start telling.
The 1-2 from Jun Lee into the clinch they go, untidy clinch.
I did see Lee get stopped by Chase Haley, of all people. Chase, amazing hands for a middleweight.
Look, Chase Haley, one of the great boxers. He's definitely a talent.
He's a boxer that kicks, isn't he, to a large extent? But geez, those hands are fantastic. And he stopped Jun Lee in, I think it was an 8-man.
Once again, Jun Lee circles out, looks for the opportunity. And he's got the strategy that we spoke of earlier, that back, forward. Back, lets his opponent get confident in that forward movement, and then bang, fires with the power off the rear, just like that. Big left hand again from Lee. Lee makes distance, and then fires forward. But both of these guys in this division are... it is a somewhat of a wealthy talent division, whereas there's a lot of good fighters around. Also, one of my guys, Chris the Butcher Harrington, making his comeback to the ring as well. So he's in.
He looked about 95 kilos last time I saw the Butcher. He'd had a few pies.
What is that? He loves his gourmet delight.
You've still got Brock McRobb happening out of Hammer's gym as well. He's a good talent.
Yeah, so there's a few boys that are coming back, and it's going to be interesting times in this middleweight division.
Let's have a look at some highlights from that first round. It was Lee with the left leg and Trask closing the distance aggressively. What's Jake Lund saying to Nick Trask there? Well, the first round was fantastic, folks, and looking forward to 2 and possibly 3 of this one. Jun Lee. And there's Nick Trask. We say Jun's from Korea, born and raised there, of course, but he's basically an Aussie. We'll take him any day of the week. Good lead left from Trask. He's got to do more of that, use that straight jab.
Oh, nice. Again, he really plants and locks on nicely with that body lock, Jun Lee. The 1-2, arms a little bit wayward. Trask, catch and takedown attempt. Side knee guard by Jun Lee. Trask knee on the inside. They jostle for position in the clinch.
But still working, and the Murph knows that as he separates them and brings them back to centre ring.
So Trask with the white shorts with Sinby across the front. Jun Lee the CMT standard shorts.
Yeah, with the Prajes, or the Prajes.
On the arm, yep. Nice check from Jun Lee, 1-2 afterwards.
I tell you, the hands of Jun Lee don't get enough credit. I always talk about that gun of a left rear kick that he's got, but he comes forward with some good straight line techniques. It's not super advanced boxing. It's simple, but it's effective.
One thing I think I'd like to see Trask do is fire off his rear leg a lot more to the inside thigh or inside calf.
Cut underneath the right eye of Nick Trask. You'd have to say that's that left hand off the back foot from Jun Lee.
Yeah, it's a nasty cut too, and now his eye's puffed up a bit, so the vision's out.
Slipped underneath that. Pressing forward is Lee. You get the feeling he wants to try and finish this. Always well conditioned, but Nick Trask has been here before. He was so impressive last time out at CMT.
That left eye of Trask is now almost closed. So that's going to be hard for Trask to see that right hook coming from Jun, the lead right hook.
Blinking there. Great camera work from our crew. You can see right in to the blink there that Trask has. Any more close, and you'd have to think Phil Bailey, our ringside physician, would be having at least a provisional look at it.
For sure.
For those new to the sport or combat sports, it's really a case of if it affects someone's vision, that affects their ability to defend themselves, and as a result, we take them off. Nothing more, nothing less.
The 1-2 from Jun Lee. Again, makes distance. Trask now, he knows that eye is damaged, and he knows that he's in danger of a stoppage, so I feel that he's starting to up the ante now and try and push the pace and hope that something's going to turn his way.
I'd like to see Trask try and step in and throw that turning left hook, because Jun a little wide on his stance, maybe an elbow straight up the middle. Just a little wide for these 6-ounce gloves. You can do that in 10 and 12-ounce gloves, but you can't really when you've got no leather. Beware the wounded lion hammer as Trask pushes forward. Jun takes a momentary seat.
I tell you what, that eye is not looking great. I'd like the doc to have a look at that as soon as possible.
End of the second round. Again, you'd have to say Lee 10-9. But we've seen worse. And straight away, our ringside physician, Phil Bailey, I think, is circling to have a look at that, or at the very least, Brian Murphy is looking at it.
Yeah, Murph's having a look. Now the doc's going to have a look. And
Murph wouldn't call off a fight if you were missing a head.
The eyeball would have to be down near the chest area, not even the cheek.
What's wrong with you? You've got an eye you can see out of. That'd be the Murph.
You can see his footwork better. Your eyes pointing to the ground.
I defer to you, my cage side. I was going to call you a celebrity. You are, but you're also an expert, Mark the Hammer Castanini. What does Trask have to do to win this third and final round and potentially the fight?
Look, you know what? He's not far off, Trask. He got a good takedown in Jun in that last last round.
Yes.
He got a good takedown, and he's still pushing forward, so don't let the damage, I suppose, undermine your scoring,
Yeah. That cut underneath the eye is just one shot out of many that have been fired.
And, Jun's circling on the back foot. He's also getting pinged with a few good shots himself.
He's getting caught with that short left, just the jab, just straight across the chin. I mean, it's not going to knock him out, but it's going to let him know. Nice
body kick from Jun as well. Trask trying to shoot the inside thigh. Again, he goes down low. I'd probably shoot for the calf. If you're going to shoot to the inside thigh, there's a good chance it'll be checked. But even if they try and check and you smash the lower part of the calf or the shin, it's still going to take some mobility.
Cork the muscle.
Yeah, issue a bit of pain to your opponent, which is what you want to do.
I reckon you're going to be 60 and still talking like that, Hammer. Loves a bit of pain. Trask to the outside leg. Lee always looks so focused, doesn't he? His eyes are always so wide and like a kid at Christmas in front of his opponent. I'd really like to see him work rather than being so safe and use that rear leg and almost right on cue. Trask really having trouble now seeing out of both eyes. I think that left eye.
The left eye's certainly not looking any good, and the right eye's
on its way.
A little bit watered up as well.
Lee almost unmarked on the head.
You look at, I look at Nick Trask, and he reminds me of a Muay Thai fighter, Queensland Muay Thai fighter of the early 2000s. Just tough, walk up, no expression, and loves to bang. He's got that old school fight mentality. You can just see it in his eye that he likes to get in and mix it up.
You can see a bit of the late Grant the Bomber Millwood or a bit of Triple D in him as well. The respects to Bomber and his family. Passed away shortly after an emphatic victory over John Armand at, I believe, CMT 6 from memory.
Down to the body goes Trask. Jun Lee tries to fire with a round kick. He's still circling backwards now. Smiles as he gets pinged with the right hand.
And only moving in the one direction is Lee, and that's always a problem.
He's moving into the power side as well. He's moving into the power side of Trask to the right side, to his left, but to Trask's right. If he's going to move to his left, he should throw the left a bit more. Left hook in particular, I think, might...
There you go.
Step right, throw left.
Get out of the road before you've even thrown it.
Nice transition.
10 seconds to go in this one. Trask and Lee, it's been a fight that's worthy of 5 rounds, I think, Hammer. They just haven't got out of second gear, these two, and they're such quality athletes.
I think Jun Lee just ticked down the time in that one. He's, in his mind, of round 1 and 2, he dominated, so he just played it safe in the 3rd round. And what we saw was Trask just chasing him for that whole 3rd round. It's going to go down to the judges. Nevertheless, an entertaining fight, a brutal one, but technically not bad at all, and a very enjoyable fight from two strong competitors in this weight division.
After 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. They have come back with a unanimous decision to the red corner.
And there it is. As expected, Jun Lee prevails over the classy Nick Trask.